Well, hello everybody and welcome to Jeff's baking blog. Today I'm going to be making a Swiss roll. Now I did make one yesterday just as a test. This was a chocolate one that I made. I wanted to see if I could make it and get it to roll out without cracking. Today I'm going to try a different recipe, so it may not be as successful. Now this is going to be a lemon flavoured Swiss roll with a cream cheese and lemon curd filling, just to give it that nice lemony flavour. So the ingredients are 4 egg yolks, 145 grams of caster sugar, 145 grams of plain flour and the zest of a lemon. I also have some icing sugar which I'll be using later for the cake. I'll tell you about the filling later on. Now this pan is 33 centimetres by 26 centimetres, and I've lined it with parchment paper, and I'm actually going to spray that paper with baking spray. So that when I put the cake on it later, it won't stick, because we have to get that paper off. Now, for this recipe, what we're going to do is to put our sugar into the eggs, and we're going to whisk those over a pan of gently simmering water until they become a fairly thick ribbon consistency. Then we'll take it off the heat and we'll whisk them more until they're nice and thick. Then the flour goes in. While we're whisking, we'll put the lemon in, and then the flour will go in, folded in very gently, put into the tray and baked in the oven. I have the oven preheating at 200 Celsius, that's 180 Fahrenheit, 180 Celsius with a fan, 400 Fahrenheit. So we'll get on with the whisking and see how that goes. Right, so I have this nice and thick already, but I'm actually have it off the heat now, and I'm going to whisk it for a further 5 minutes until it should get very thick. Okay, so now this is a nice thick consistency, as you can see. And what I'm going to do is fold the flour in as gently as I possibly can, and I'm going to do it in 2 stages. So put about half in. And it says in all the recipes that I read to do this with a large metal spoon. So that's what I'm doing. You want to fold it as gently as you can, but until all the flour has been incorporated. Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to avoid knocking all the air out of the eggs that you've just beaten. So we'll put the rest in. And I think that's just about it. So the next thing to do is to pour that into our baking tray. And then we want to gently spread that across the baking tray so that it's nice and even. But you have to try to do it gently because you don't want to knock too much air out. I think that's just about it. So then we're going to put this in the oven and we're going to bake it for 10 to 12 minutes until it's springy. And then we're going to take it out and we're going to turn it out straight away, but I'll be back with you to show you that as soon as it comes out of the oven. So what I did, I forgot to turn the video back on, but what I did was I took the cake out of the oven and I tipped it out onto another piece of parchment paper which I'd coated with icing sugar, and I've rolled it up, and as you can see there's a few little cracks there, but that will be fine. I'm letting that cool down while I make the filling. So for our filling I have 200 grams of cream cheese, sorry, I have 180 grams of cream cheese, 200 grams of icing sugar. I have 125 grams of lemon curd and the juice of the lemon that we zested. So I'm going to pour that juice in and I'm going to put the cream cheese in and make a mess in the process. And I'm actually going to stir that a little bit before I start to cream it, so that I get some of the icing sugar absorbed, so that it doesn't all fly all over the place. In fact, it looks as though it's going to work quite well without too much whisking, but I will whisk it. I'll set the whisk on a slow speed. Okay, so I've mixed that and I'm going to set it aside while we wait for this to cool down completely. This is still too warm to work with. So I'm just going to pop this in the fridge. and wipe down, and then I'll be back with you. Okay, so I'm back with you now, and this is just about cool, so I'm going to take some of this lemon curd and I'm going to spread it over the sponge, just to give it a thin coating really. And you don't want it to go right up to the edge. You need to leave at least ½ an inch all the way around, because as you roll this up, the filling is going to ooze out and make a mess. As you can see, I'm not pushing that curl all the way up because I don't want it to crack any more than it will have done already. So having spread that, I now have our filling, which is a little bit runny, but that's fine because, and I have rather more than I need here. Because this goes in the fridge to chill. And then the cream filling will set. I think that is probably okay. So then what I'm going to do is just roll that up. I'm going to open it up a little bit and roll it up like that. And I'm just going to take out a little bit of that . And there's a bit more to come out. Like that, and I'm going to pick that up and put it on there like that. And I'm then going to put that in the fridge and allow it to chill before I come back and cut it. Okay, so I'm back with you a little bit later than I planned. But I've actually cut into the cake. I've eaten some already, and I just thought I would show you what it looks like. Now I have to say I'm not entirely happy with the filling. It's not as thick as I would like. I think in future I would probably do more of a buttercream filling and infuse that with some lemon instead. But it does taste very good, it has to be said. And of course with that lemon curd it gives an extra big lemon hit. So that's it for this video. A nice light Swiss roll with a lovely lemon filling. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please give me the thumbs up below the video and click to subscribe onto the YouTube channel. The link to the recipe will be below the video and in the top right hand corner there. So I'll be back with you with another recipe where I'm going to try, I think, to make some bread using some vital wheat gluten as an experiment. So I'll be back with you to do that very soon. In the meantime, happy baking.